Hey YouTube. I was looking through some of my videos and I realized I haven't done any updates on anything in the center of the garden or towards the middle. So today I'm gonna go ahead and give you an update. This here's the pink Oxheart tomato, and I don't have any tomatoes on it yet, but I've got plenty of blooms all over. Get the leaf out of the way. So I should be having some tomatoes coming on it before too long. You know, it is a 90-day to maturity plant, but the blooms are setting all over the place. You know, I actually put this in a hole, and I've slowly been filling it up with compost and manure and wood chips. So the hole's slowly filling up, and as it fills up, you know, when it rains, this thing gets good fertilization. And look at the main stalk. If I can get that in there. Basically, this thing was leggy when I put it out here, and I put it so deep that it actually looks like two plants coming up out of the ground. So I'm sure it's set roots down there. I got a bunch of suckers coming on, and a bunch of big suckers that have already come on. So it's looking pretty good. And that's the pink Oxheart tomato. I'm looking forward to pink Oxheart tomatoes. So on to the next plant. Alright, and this one here, this is what I was calling the true double rich. It's the one that I actually had two plants, and this one here was actually really leggy, and it didn't look good at all. And now it's starting to come along. The legginess is worked out, and this one's looking pretty strong. But it's actually the leggy one, the one that was leggy, is looking a lot better as far as blooms. It's got blooms coming on like crazy at the top, and the other one, really, it's just putting out suckers and not really got any blooms yet. So it's kind of strange, you know. I was thinking about pulling the one that was leggy, but it's actually the one that's looking like it's going to be putting out tomatoes first. So there you go. Not a whole lot to look at here, but you know, like I said, the leggy one's actually doing a lot better as far as blooms and stuff. So there you go. On to the next one. So this one here, this is my Juliet tomato, and this one actually did have two as well. One was really leggy and one was doing pretty good, and it's got blooms coming on. This is a pear type or grape type. The only reason I was growing this was to save seeds. I was down to just a few seeds left. See the blooms there? And so I just want to grow this because it was an F1, which is a first generation, and I want to actually save seeds and make it an F2 next year. So it'll be the second generation, and it should do a whole lot better, you know, for generations to come. But it's doing really good. It's pretty strong, and like I said, it's got flowers, so I'm going to be having tomatoes come on here pretty soon. And on to the next one. Now this one here, this one actually got kind of a late start. This is one of the seeds I got from mypatriotsupply.com. You can see I got a little pruning I need to do at the bottom. I don't like leaves being on the ground. But this is a purple Cherokee, a Cherokee purple. And look at the stalk on this thing. It actually got one of the later starts, and that thing is as thick as my thumb. It's really strong. It's putting out suckers, and it's got flowers already. Look at that flower on that thing. That is a huge flower. And there's a couple others too, but I'm looking at the huge one. That is going to make a big tomato, I'm sure. But anyway, that one's doing really well. I've not staked it up yet. Haven't really staked up any of the ones in the middle, but it is going nuts, and that's going to be a good one. You know, it's right here on the edge of the garden, so it does get most of the wind. So I'm sure the wind plays a factor in why it's so strong or so thick. But it's putting out suckers all over the place, and still has energy for the flower. It's got flowers and everything. So it's doing really good. So I got another row I'm going to show you, and I'll get right back with you. I'm not showing off a whole row, but this is another one I'm pretty proud of. This is the black from Tula. You can see it's pretty strong too. This one's about as thick as my index finger. I don't know if you can make the... I don't know if you can tell, but it is about as thick as my index finger. It's got suckers going up, and it's got flowers. And check out this flower. Bam! It's got a big flower on it. That's actually two flowers side by side. So that's going to be a big tomato. I don't know if you've ever seen a double flower tomato before, but they get huge. So that's going to be one to see. And of course, it's got a bunch of flowers all over it. Black from Tula. It's actually a black tomato, so I'm looking forward to it. One other thing I want to show you. Okay, now this is actually a first timer in my garden. I've never grown a tomatillo. These are tomatillos. And look what I got down here. I'm not sure how tomatillos work. I'm pretty sure that's probably a flower bloom, or a flower, just hasn't gone to bloom yet. So there we go, my first time. It's going to be successful. And I got two plants side by side here, and look at that second one. That's the first time I've noticed it. It's got a flower on it too. So two plants, three flowers. See the third one, or the second one on the same plant. Anyway, it's doing pretty good. You know, I've never grown them before. I don't know exactly how to take care of them. I guess they're closely related to tomatoes. So I've basically just been doing the same thing I do with my tomatoes. So, Tomatillo's. I'll let you know how they taste after I get them harvested. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and let's grow together.